Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm your brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And the video you just saw right there is the issues and the problems that are going on right now in Mexico. All right, which it's scripture because we live in the days where your wealth, your riches are not going to profit you in the times of judgment. All right, and if you look at it as an agenda, this is the elite bringing down all these nations because they want to bring in their new world order. Because a lot of people have to perish in these last days, according to the Georgia Guidestones. All right, and those that survive, you're going to take the RFID chip. That's the reason why the economy is the way it is in Mexico. That's why people are rioting, because things are getting expensive and people are feeling it. So let me get to the first scripture, Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wickedness profited nothing. That's right. If you were spiritual, all right, you understand that this is biblical, man. Like the system that you believe in is falling apart by the seams, all right, and all these treasures, protesting because of lack of bread or a lack of gas, Salakia, lack of gas, all right, is really in vain. Because if you were a man of the Lord, you will understand that, hey, this is supposed to happen. All right. Let me be this grateful for what I have. All right. But the righteous delivereth from death. That's right. Because out of the midst of this, all right, in Mexico, there's going to be few of the elect of Issachar, all right, which are you so-called Mexicans that are going to be like, nah, I'm not part of this. I'm reading my scriptures. This was foretold in the Bible. All right, and I know I'm an Israelite. I'm not a Mexican. I'm not acting like this because this is foolishness. All right, protesting against your elected officials is not going to do nothing, man. This has been designed for it to be like this. All right, but it's amazing though, because you can see, look how many Issacharites there are against these police, man. These police are scared. They're like they're like surrounding them. So it's kind of beautiful in the sense that, hey, all this is proving that we're living in the last days, and that there's sedition amongst the authoritative figures as well, amongst the common folks. All right, there's just confusion all over the place. So now let me read this article just to give you the insight of why this is happening. This is from the dailymail.com. This came out January 5th of 2017. It says, looting and riots erupt in Mexico as gas prices spike 20% in one weekend as the government stops regulating oil prices. All right. So now they put it in the hands of the private sector, which was all designed anyway, because the government is ran by the private sector. All right. If you know anything about who controls the world, man, it's always been the private sector, meaning the corporations. And who owns the corporations? You're the what they call the elite. All right. The Illuminati. Okay, who really, they're just working the left-hand side, but that's for another topic. It goes on, it says, gas prices were deregulated over the weekend by President Enrique Pena Nieto, who said that regulation amounted to an unfair subsidy for the wealthy. All right, see, this is how you know this is bullshit, man. And that's why, let me get to the next scripture. Jeremiah 7:8, behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Right, because everybody's lying, man. All right. Unfair subsidy for the wealthy. That's why you're raising gas prices, all right? The wealthy are the ones who are in the private sector. That's why they're wealthy. They're not working for the government, all right? So this is another lie that idiots will believe in, just like believing in the system, protesting, rioting. That's all vanity, man. It's not going to profit you nothing, okay? Bus, taxi, and truck drivers have been hit the hardest, which makes a lot of sense because you're raising gas prices. That means bus prices are going to go up, taxi prices are going to go up, and truck drivers who deliver what? Food, all right, water, the necessities to provide to the common folk. So because this is what they call an economy, right? This is why, man. Like this is all set up, man. This is foolish, man. How you gonna raise gases knowing fully well that the truck drivers are gonna be affected by this, who have to bring in food, water, and all other commodities, okay, to the cities or to the suburban areas or to the fields, all right, as it says in the scriptures, to the cities and the field, all right. So of course the prices are going to go up. So that's why these people are rioting, all right, because they see that it's not benefiting them. A gallon of gas can now cost almost a day's pay for the average worker. The average worker day's pay, or several days' pay to fill a tank. Look at that, man. So this is what happens when you, Jeremiah said, behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. That's what happens. All right. So let's go to another country. All right, the country that I come from. All right, as they said, as my parents told me, my grandparents told me, you come from Puerto Rico. Okay. Well, here's what's going on in Puerto Rico. UN expert. Puerto Rico austerity measures will undermine human rights. All right. So the tribe of Ephraim, you're getting it too. Just like the tribe of Issachar, which are you so-called Mexicans, like you're getting it. Your tribe of Ephraim, you so-called Puerto Ricans, you're going to get it too, and you're going to do the same thing that your brothers, the Issacharites, are going to do, all right? Because this is the part of the curses, man. This is part of judgment, all right? This is, let me read this. It says, an UN independent expert has warned press release that increasingly austerity measures to the American territory will threaten residents' human rights. Juan Pablo Bohoslavsky, which this last name, I don't even know. This is a looks like something from Russia or Germany. But anyway, official profile, the independent expert stated that ensuring financial stability, controlling public debt, and reducing budget deficits are important goals, but should not be achieved at the expense of human rights. End quote. Puerto Rican austerity measures designed to deal with the ballooning debt have included tax increases, salary freezes, suspension of collective bargaining agreements. This is talking about the unions, and reduction in government employment contracts. All right. Now, here's the interesting thing about this is that he's talking about government officials being affected. He's not even talking about the average common folk who aren't even working for the government being affected. All right. And in this portion of it. So it goes to show you austerity measures affects everybody, even government employees. Well, why am I saying this? Because you people here in America, whether you work for the private or public sector, as they like to say in those words, when all hell breaks loose and they start bringing austerity measures here, everyone's going to be effective. All right. Don't think you're getting away with it. All right. And in fact, let's look up the word austerity so you can get a clear picture. All right. So bear me one moment. The Spirit was jumped on me to go look up the word. So let me look it up. Bear me one moment. If you can't bear with me, just exit out. Stop watching my video. Austerity means sternness, severity, or manner of attitude. But let's get to the Investmentpedia, because this is better. This is a financial term. All right? Because that's the thing about Esau. He likes changing words according to a sector, okay, of work. Like there's terminology for engineering, there's terminology for finance. All right, you get the picture. What is austerity? Austerity is defined as a set of economic policies a government undertakes to control public sector debt. There you go. Austerity measures, let me blow this up so you can read it. Austerity measures are the response of government whose public debt is so large that the risk of default or the inability to service the required payments on its debt obligations becomes a real possibility. Default risk can spiral out of control quickly as an individual, company, or country slips further into debt. Lenders will charge higher rate of return for future loans, making it more difficult for the borrower to raise capital. And that's what's happening in Puerto Rico. They're in debt, and it's making it difficult for them to raise capital, which is why the government is implementing austerity measures. Okay? So there's your little class for that word. So let's go back to the article. Boholovatsky, man, this guy has a weird last name. It doesn't even sound like a typical so-called Puerto Rican's last name. But anyway, stated that these measures have only, quote, deepened the economic recession, caused higher unemployment, accelerated immigration from the island, reduced tax revenues, and resulted in a dire spiral of fiscal and economic contraction. All right, there's the key point right there. So what's happening right now in Mexico, all right, is going to happen in Puerto Rico, because this is the curses and this is the elite, okay, gearing it up so they can collapse all these economies, put them in so much debt that the people have no choice either to get the RFID chip or get put to death, because that's what's coming, all right? Goes on and says, final, this part I want to read, currently nearly half of Puerto Ricans live below the poverty line, and it's estimated that 70% of the single-parent households and 57% of children are affected by poverty. So there you have it, man. So when that's that, what is that? The conclusion for that matter? There's going to be civil unrest, just like here it is in Mexico. All right? Because why? Let's read it again. Jeremiah 7:8. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit you. All right? And that's what happened. Because you believed in the white man system, the so-called white man system, who's Esau, according to the Bible. You believe in its institution, democracy. All right? Words like economics. Okay? So that's why you have these problems. Let's get to another scripture. Jeremiah 12:13. They have sown wheat, but shall reap horn. That's right. Especially Issachar. Issachar is hard workers. And look at them. They're reaping horns. All those work in vanity, man. All right? For what? Now they're looting, protesting, because gas prices went up 20%. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. That's right. You're working hard, busting your back, all right? Putting yourself in hard pain, because Issachar, okay, he is hired. These are hard, that's a tribe that's one of the most hardest workers out of all the 12 tribes, man. And look at, they're feeling now the pain. And this is the Lord bringing judgment, man, okay? Because at the end of the day, yeah, Esau's trying to fulfill his agenda, the so-called white man, the Illuminati. But it's of the Lord to bring bring prophecy to fruition and to bring judgment. All right. So, and they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. All right. That's right. Because, y'all trust in your revenues, but at the end of the day, the Lord's bringing it down, all right? Now you're going to have to pay 20% more for gas, all right? And that's part of the curse. And this is coming here to America too, so all you Americans that are listening, don't think you're exempt from this, all right? So let me get to the final scripture. And why is this? Because we're under the curses. Deuteronomy 20, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed thou shalt be in the field, all right? So no matter where you so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans go, run, hide, you're still under the curses, all right? You can't escape what the Lord has placed on us for breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, all right? Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, all right? And this is what you're seeing, man. Getting looted, people curse. Look at this. Look at this. This picture speaks at volumes, all right? Let me see if I can blow this up even more. I can't, but oh, there we go. Look at that, man. Cursed shall thou be in the city and the field, all right? And curse shall be thy basket and thy store, all right? So these are the curses, man, and you're seeing it, all right? So it would behoove you so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans who are still don't want to come to the Lord, you should make an attempt, because this is coming. And Mexico's feeling it. Puerto Rico will feel it. All right. Venezuela's feeling it. All right. You think it's a coincidence that all these Latin tribes are now catching hell? Haiti's catching hell? So, and that's Southern Kingdom. All right. So, our Lord willing, this was edifying. But yeah, we live in these times, man. All right. Mexico is experiencing civil unrest and austerity measures that are hurting their pocket to the point that they're rebelling against the system. All right, and that's coming to the rest of all these, the rest of the world, especially here in America. So don't think because you live in America, you're not gonna experience this. You are smoking rocks. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Love you, brothers. I mean, keep up the faith. Keep working hard. All right, pushing this truth out. As you can see, we're almost out of here, man. 2017. All right. Destruction, death and destruction and diligence, as the Apostle Tahar says. All right. And we're seeing it, man. Death and destruction. That's what we're seeing right now. And with that, you already know our slogan. 1, 2, 3, death to America. Shalom.